Continuing our inspections at Carrefour, Amar now takes us to the ready-to-eat food section, which is considered to be high risk.
Ready-to-eat is high risk. High risk. Because as you can see, it does not go into another process of cooking or anything like that. So basically, when you take this item, we ensure that everything is according to municipality and safety and fit for human consumption.
When tested, each piece of chicken is required to be above 65 Celsius to be deemed safe to eat. As we check, some were well above 65 Celsius, but a few came in only around 35.
They opened this window or something like that because customers, they come in and if they leave it open and stuff like that, the temperature will go down.
Temperature control is an essential part of food safety. Uncooked or even cooked food items kept at the wrong temperatures can become a source for harmful bacteria. Hot food items need to stay above 65 degrees Celsius as this high temperature prevents the growth of bacteria, while cold items need to be kept between 0 and 5 degrees Celsius. Back in the laboratory, Fatma tries to create an ideal environment for bacteria to grow by keeping food samples at a constant temperature of about 35 to 40 degrees Celsius.
Except for salmonella, it grows at 42 degrees in a bit hotter maybe conditions, but this one grows, because this is just total count, just in general, all the types of bacteria in there.
Amar's thorough review caught a critical error that could have been easily overlooked. In following Dubai Municipality's strict food regulations as well as their own internal policies, Carrefour removed and disposed of all those affected items immediately. As Carrefour is a well-known international food establishment, it is essential that Carrefour maintain good food safety marks in order to uphold the strength of their brand reputation, especially as consumers in Dubai have a variety of choice when it comes to buying food items. But what if you don't have an easy choice in terms of what you can eat? For example, students at school rely on their school canteen. Dubai Municipality conducts surprise school inspections across the Emirate to ensure that all school facilities adhere to the stringent checklist required to maintain the highest level of health and food safety. Dubai Municipality checks not only the school premise, but also makes sure the source of food and food handlers are properly licensed.
We must follow the rule. We see only all the checklist I have. I see it, everything is good, but what have we comment? I comment for him. After I ask him for a license and health card for employee and permission for catering. Well, this is most important. We have to know where is the source of this food. I asked him where is the source. He told me this is from Al Bustan Bakery. Now we will go to supervisor and we will see everything.
Dubai Municipality has a 98-point inspection list, but here are a few of the key items. Staff must wear hairnets, gloves, and aprons. Ready-to-eat food items are individually wrapped. Clear protective partition between food items and students exist. Hot items are heated above 65 degrees Celsius. Cool items are kept between 0 and 5 degrees Celsius. Hand washing area is easily accessible and well stocked. Floors are clean. Rubbish bins are covered. Storage area uses plastic or metal shelving units. Insect catches are near doors. Fans have proper screens behind them. All staff have valid labor cards. The source of food items is credited by Dubai Municipality. And overall tidiness of both the kitchen and the storage facilities are important.
We have average A, B, C, D and E. The A is the best one. The B is very good and C is good like this. And D and F like down. They will get maybe B. After that, we will ask him to do training for staff like this. They will get A if they make everything good. If they take C, it will be maybe after 2 months or 1 month. If they take B, maybe 3 months like this.
Like food inspections at groceries, the inspection process at schools are regularly completed and purposely very stringent. As children are more easily susceptible to foodborne illnesses, strong inspections are a crucial tool in preventing any food-related sicknesses. Dubai Municipality doesn't just rely on visual checks, they get scientific. So let's go back to the lab.
We received these samples, meat, beef, and we received them from the inspector, from the market souk, from the port, and from the restaurant. So in the beef, we're looking for the total aerobic plate count, just general total bacteria, and salmonella. We look for the salmonella because it's a food poisoning bacteria. It may cause food poisoning and with the symptoms of diarrhea and vomiting and so on.
In order to create an optimal testing environment, Fatma must dilute her sample tenfold. By the end of the dilution, the sample looks like a few drops of innocuous clear water. However, it may still contain millions of living and potentially harmful bacteria, which is what Fatma tries to identify. If the results are satisfactory, no further action is taken. But if the samples show unsatisfactory results with an overly high count of bacteria, then the DCL and municipality take further action to protect the end consumer.
DCL, we do a really good job at testing in the product, making sure it's safe for the consumers. But remember again, it doesn't mean that the end product or at the end the consumer would actually be not consuming any bacteria, because it's due to food handling. I mean, if he didn't wash his hand, if they didn't cook it properly, contamination from everywhere, the air, the atmosphere, it could cause food poisoning also. So not necessarily if the product got satisfactory from DCL, it would be satisfactory and would be clean when they eat it.
Dubai's food safety inspectors are our society's unsung heroes. They are the front line in protecting us against the ever-complex challenges of food safety and security.
Food safety is not complex only in Dubai, it's complex worldwide. And there are many reasons to that. One of the most important reasons is globalization, urbanization, new products which are produced by techniques or technologies which were not known before. So now this rapid pace of producing new products and new technologies put lots of challenges on the food control authorities in order to make sure these foods are safe. Also, you have new emerging risks and pathogens. Another big important challenge for us here in Dubai, especially and UAE at large, is that we depend on imported foods. So all of these challenges need creative solutions. One of these new concepts or systems is to have a person in charge at every food establishment at all times who has a managerial role or supervisory role. So he makes sure that all the people in his establishments are doing all necessary things in order to make sure that the food is safe. He is the communication point between us as Dubai Municipality and between the food establishment itself. Now, in the past, we were depending on inspecting the food establishments after they come here. But now, through the PIC, we get access to the source. Okay? So, in a way, we will shift the strategic control point from the port of entry or from the food establishment itself to the country of origin, because there are many activities which are occurring at the country of origin, because we have agriculture, we have transportation, we have probably some kind of preparation if the food is not fully prepared. So all these are occurring abroad, and we have no clue of these practices, whether they are safe, whether they are not. So now through this PIC, he will communicate our requirements to these countries. We don't believe in one person or one entity controlling or responsible for any process. We believe in partnerships. Everybody throughout the food chain is responsible somehow. So if the food is produced at the farm, so the farmer is responsible. Then the manufacturer is responsible. Then the transporter is responsible. Our guys at the port are responsible. The laboratory people are responsible. Manufacturing facilities here, if we are further processing the food, are responsible. Then also displaying the food, the consumer. So food safety could not be reached by concentrating on one aspect of this food chain. Like I said, it's a holistic approach towards all of these circles in this food safety chain.
All I can say is food safety is not a simple issue, and I'm glad that Dubai Municipality inspectors are really at the front lines of protecting our welfare. So a big thank you to them. And without a doubt, food plays an integral part of our lives, and while for the consumer, it's simply a decision as to which of the thousands of food establishments to frequent, for Dubai Municipality and those involved in ensuring food safety, it is a lot of work to maintain a high standard. After the break, we speak to the Director of Food Safety at Dubai Municipality, so stay tuned.